This is Crystal Stanich, and thank you for joining me for this week's First Chapter Friday. Today I will be reading from the beginning of The Mitford Affair by Marie Benedict. Chapter 1. Nancy. July 7th, 1932. London, England. The mellifluous sounds of the symphony float throughout the ballroom. Servants pour golden champagne into the cut crystal glasses. The fabled Cheyne Walk house exudes perfection down to the last detail, nowhere more than in its hostess. There, at the center of the vast ballroom, stands the stunning, statuesque figure in a floor-length sheath of platinum silk, a shade that echoes her silvery blue eyes, her diamond-laden arms outstretched in welcome to her guests. She radiates serenity and unflappable, irresistible poise. If she were anyone else, someone I didn't know as intimately as I know myself, I would judge that sphinx-like smile a charade, or worse. But I know she is precisely as she appears, because she is Diana, my sister. I rest my eyes from her and glance around the gleaming gilt and marble ballroom, expansive enough to easily hold the 300 guests in attendance. As the dancers begin to pair up and then organize themselves, the revelers appear to emanate from Diana, like the rays of the sun. It is a pattern that has repeated itself since our childhood. She always dazzles at the center, with us sisters fanned out around her like lesser beams. Never mind that the press considers all 6 of us Mitford sisters the very essence of the so-called bright young things. She is the star. The evening feels more like a celebration of the fashionable new home of Diana and her handsome, kindly husband, Brian Guinness, than a ball introducing one of our younger sisters, Unity, into society. Where has Unity scampered off to, I wonder, as I scan the crowded space for the spectacularly tall 18-year-old. Never one to abide by social dictates, she seems to have disappeared into the background instead of lapping up the attention as would be expected at an event in her honor. Finally, I spot her tucked into a shadowy corner, deep in conversation with our sister Pamela and our one and only brother Tom, that golden boy of ours. Of my 6 siblings, that leaves out only Jessica and Deborah, but they're too young to mingle in society. Even though she pretends to be listening, Unity is clearly watching the other partygoers, rather than engaging with Tom and Pamela. At least here at Cheyne Walk, she won't be required to curtsy twice and retreat backward as she'd had to do before the King and Queen when she came out at Buckingham Palace. Poor Bobo, as we call her among ourselves, is not known for her grace, and we sisters had clutched one another's hands and held our breath until she'd completed the act without tripping and catapulting herself into one of their Majesties' laps. Even then, she barely managed the feat without several awkward lunges and an initial backward step, where her heel caught on her hem, sending a horrific tearing sound throughout the famous receiving room. And if you would like to know what happens next, you can check this book out on the Libby app. Please join me here next week as I read from the beginning of Alex Astor's Light Lark. Thank you and have a great week.